So here's a story that happened probably 20 years ago. I was a VP now of all of manufacturing. All the people reported up to me. And one day I was sitting in my office and I was struggling through something. I was working through an issue. It wasn't a work issue. It was a home issue. And I was thinking through how to solve it and so forth. And the morning was rushing by, and I was doing other things, but this kept coming back to haunt me. And about 10 o'clock in the morning, our team leader from the vault, her name was Laura, she came and she stood in my doorway. And she pointed her finger at me and she said, "Whatever it is, you've got to fix it." And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. She said, "Yes, you do. There's something bugging you and everybody knows it." And I'm thinking, man, I thought I was only impacting myself. I thought my time spent trying to solve something was a personal thing. But it turns out the way I was feeling was portraying itself, was broadcasting out through the entire organization, and everybody was humming, everyone was buzzing. Something's wrong. And everyone's waiting for the other shoe to drop, because of course everybody assumed there was something wrong with the business, something wrong at work. That was a big wake-up call for me to realize that for the first time, that the way I feel, the way I come across impacts everybody. Everybody's looking at me for a cue. Now, I don't want to be the one who sets the mood, but I have power, I have found, to drag everybody down or to lift everybody up. And I think the good leader will spend time figuring out how to lift everybody up. So I ride the train into work. I get some reading done on the way in, but I also have a 10-minute walk from the train to here. And during that walk, I get a chance to just kind of get one with nature, kind of commune with the ethos and ask myself, where's my head? Am I in a good place? Or am I buried with problems and concerns? Am I going in with the right mindset? And I got a 10-minute walk to get it right. And it's interesting because this very morning, as I was walking in from the train, I was troubled with something from last week. And I wasn't in the office, but I had sent off a message on Teams. And I fear, in retrospect, I could have spent more time being cautious about the tone that I was setting. Everyone thought that this morning was going to be the reconciling. I was going to come in, I was going to demand my answers. And in fact, if I hadn't taken the time on the walk to clear my head, that's probably what I would have done. But halfway through my walk, I realized I was churning on this negative thing that I don't even know what the truth is. I don't even know what is happening. So why go there? I had to talk myself off the ledge and say, no. Get to a different place. And I came into the office, I was smiling, I was laughing, and I think everybody gave a big collective sigh. Oh, thank heavens, he is going to be okay. He's not coming unhinged or whatever it is. I think that I owe that to people. I owe it to people to take the time to get to the right place. And most every day I can. It's very rare that I can't get to a good place where I can smile at people and laugh and help other people feel my energy. On a couple of days when I haven't felt that way, I usually just say to one of my vice presidents, "Hey, I'm not in a good place yet. Would you run the huddle? Would you just take over for the huddle for me, help me get there?" And they're happy to oblige. They don't even ask me any questions. They just step in and cover for me. It's great to have people like that who you can turn to when you need a little bit of help. Likewise, let's talk about going home. Driving home, you got all the cares of the day pressing upon you. In my case, I'm on the train. I get in my car. Now I've got a 10-minute drive. That's 10 minutes where, I could crank up the music. I could listen to a podcast, or I can stop and just ask myself again, like on the walk, am I going home a complete person? Am I going home, am I going to be able to give to my family the best that I've got? And I make sure every day before I walk in the door at home that I'm in a good place, and that my family knows that what they can give from me. It's interesting when my kids all started to work full-time jobs. Several of them came to me and said, "Man, I don't get it. I got the feeling that work was just one big happy event, the way you came home every day. Turns out work isn't that happy." I'm like, yeah, you got to work at it, right? You got to work at getting your head in the right place. I think that part of being a leader is setting the tone. And wherever you go, you ought to think that people are watching you. People are looking to you. People are looking to understand how you want them to feel, how you want them to look. So take some time, get in the right place, and send the right message to everybody.